Hello, beautiful, 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 intelligent black people. I hope that all is well in your world. And this day was a fantastic day for you and all of your wonderful, wonderful black loved one. Beautiful black people. We have been for too long standing at the bottom of the totem pole. We have been for too long standing at the bottom of the totem pole, carrying the load for every goddamn soul. We have been for too long at the bottom of the totem pole, carrying the load for every goddamn soul. We can't make enough money because racist white folks, greedy white folks are taking every damn dollar. Racist white folks are taking every damn dollar. We cannot wait any longer. The time is now. We cannot wait any longer, my beautiful black brothers and sisters. The time is now. Do you know that in 1964, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. released his book with this title? This was the title of MLK Jr.'s book. The title was We Cannot Wait. The title was We Cannot Wait. And that was 1964. And these racist white folks will still say today, in September of 2020, wait. Wait for what? Wait for whom? Which one of you racist white folks are going to say to black folks, the time is now? The time has arrived. No white boy ever died to save black folks. No white boy ever pushed for freedom for black folks. Freedom has never been free for black folks, and it still isn't today. Martin Luther King's book, his focus was to impress upon black folks and people of color right here on this plantation called America, and even the world, that the time had come in 1964 for a black revolution. While Dr. MLK Jr.'s platform was nonviolence, he made it noticeably clear that violence toward black folks was atop of the list of reasons why this black revolution must go forward. There must be a black revolution. The time is now. Don't listen to the excuses, the delays, deflections, the lies, the projections that racist white folks will present to you. That revolution took place. That revolution that Dr. MLK Jr. was talking about in his book of 1964 took place. Many black folks, people that looked like me, died. Many black folks was beaten, injured severely. Many black folks was publicly lynched. Many black folks were incarcerated, including Dr. King. Remember, he died. The federal government murdered him. The federal government murdered Dr. MLK Jr. for their steadfast commitment to not waiting any longer for equality and justice. For that, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. and many others was murdered by the federal government. Now, today, 56 years later, we're still waiting. We're still waiting for those delusional white folks. To set us free. It will not happen. White folks will not save us. We must save ourselves. Dr. King's plan of nonviolence brought arguments for and against, but the fact remains, black folks, right here on this plantation called America, are still waiting for equality, justice, respect, safety, opportunity, and everything that this country constitution has promised to its citizens and immigrants. No, we cannot wait. We cannot wait. We cannot wait. We do not want to wait. I do not want to wait. Black folks overwhelmingly do not want to wait any longer. And we cannot stop fighting for justice and equal rights. We will not stop fighting for justice and equal rights. We are survivors. We are like seeds. If you kill us and you plant us, we will sprout up and grow. We are like seeds. We just keep coming back. We just keep growing back. We just keep coming back. Are there struggles? Are there struggles? Yes. Are there problems? Yes. Within our communities? Certainly there are struggles and problems within black communities and among black people that we must acknowledge. I acknowledge the fact that too many black folks are killing each other. Too many black folks are involved in petty crimes. Too many black folks are not presenting to the world an acceptable image for real black men and black women, and not presenting an acceptable image to our black children. We do have problems. And we're willing to take responsibility for our problems in our communities and address those problems with viable solutions. Yes, we can do that. But still, we cannot wait. Absolutely not. We will not wait. The upcoming 2020 presidential election is one of the most pivotal elections in our lifetime, in my lifetime, in your lifetime, and will be heavily influenced by the black electorate. Black folks must now realize that voting is like firing a loaded gun. The right to vote is a weapon that black folks can use. We need to weaponize it for our benefit, not weaponize it to elect all of these punk-ass, racist-ass white folks that have done nothing for black folks in the past. We must weaponize that big gun that we have in our hands. It is called the right to vote. It is called the right to vote. We must vote. So in 2020, the reasons why we cannot wait are still on the table. And the question is, what can I do? What can you do? The question is, what can I do? What can you do? And the answer is, and this is only part of the solution. The answer is, arm yourself with knowledge, my beautiful, intelligent black brothers and sisters. Arm yourself with knowledge. Those white folks can never take what's in your mind. They can never take what's in your mind. Arm yourself with knowledge and information about the systems that determine your access to equality. We must know how the system functions. That system that determines our access to justice and equality. We must learn about all of those political issues at stake on all levels. Locally in your city, locally in your county, in your state, and nationally. We must be aware of those issues. Arm yourself with knowledge and information. Know who the current players are. Know who the current enemies are. And the enemies are white folks and a few coons and coonettes that have been conditioned, programmed by white folks. Know who the current players are and make those players convince you to let them into the game. And make them convince you to let them into the game, my beautiful, intelligent black brothers and sisters. In other words, know who those fake-ass politicians are and know who the real politicians are. And only allow the real ones to get into the game. Vote for the real ones, my beautiful, intelligent black brothers and sisters. And never cop out. Never quit. Never quit. Never quit. Never cop out. Never quit. Never cop out, my beautiful, intelligent black brothers and sisters. Make choices. Make choices. And then campaign for those folks, those people, and their platforms by talking to your friends, your relatives, your community, your church members, your neighbors, your co-workers, family and friends. Even strangers, you may engage in small talk. Let those strangers know who the real folks are that should be allowed to participate in the game. And finally, make sure that you're registered to vote. Voting is a weapon of mass destruction for black folks. Voting is a weapon of mass destruction for black folks. If we vote as a block in the 85 percentile, no white racist-ass politician can get elected without coming through us, my beautiful, intelligent black brothers and sisters. If you are eligible but do not vote, then you are wasting the power. You are discarding the gun that you have in your hand. You are weakening the power of all of us, accumulative, when you don't vote. If you are not eligible, stay in the game by recruiting others to knock on doors, to pass out flyers, to transport black folks to and from the polls. We must all be a part of the Underground Railroad that cannot wait for those who are not at the next stop. We must all be a part of this Underground Railroad that black folks have built today. We have a massive, powerful weapon that is very explosive, and we need to aggregate, organize it, and explode that massive voting weapon at the polls this year in the 2020 presidential election. We cannot wait. The time is now. There's no reason to wait. That's all I have on this one.